Today I played Sunless Skies. Okay, so let's try and unpack this.
Okay.
It's a bit of a complicated game. First of all, you're thrown into this universe. It's kind of an alternate reality London.
Yeah, it's like a Victorian steampunk
Yeah.
kind of deal, right?
And Sunless Seas was all about if it had all been underwater and everything was weird.
Yeah.
This one is as if everything is in the sky and there's trains that fly. From station
Right.
to station where people live.
Yeah, is it
in
like-
the sky. There's a giant clockwork sun. You just kind of have to roll with this weird, magical, augmented, weird, alternate reality, different dimension where everything's completely mental.
Okay. What's the gameplay like?
Well, it's okay. So it's kind of like a story-based game. I mean, you've played the first hour, so you kind of know. There's a lot of text, a lot of really interesting story. It's really well written. Feels very steampunk, as if it's like kind of quite ghetto. And so you're playing like a captain, and you've got your crew, and you've got like cannons on your train. Played it for like 3 hours. I discovered like an insane asylum just floating off on another place. I discovered like a giant plant, like a huge petal thing with like a city made out of a plant. And all the people there are all loving it. They're all like, oh, we're all poets and artists, we're all fancy. And then it was like, but there was the buzzing of bees in the distance. Come back here later to see what happens. So if you come back around later, I'm sure like everyone's been eaten by bees.
Rivian's killed them all.
I seem to remember I played a lot of the original, got very into the story, but then it's got this sort of punishing hardcore mechanic of you're sailing along, you take your eye off the ball for a second, and you get devoured by a giant space squid,
And then you get to start again?
and then it resets you at the start of the game. Have you played Sunless Skies or Sunless Seas, Tom?
Yeah,
What do you think?
it's a bit slow.
It is quite slow. It takes.
Well, see, the first one, when you combat this weird card game.
I don't know.
Remember that?
When you go and you fight crabs and you've got like 3 options. Sunless Seas, that's what I'm thinking of.
I don't know. I just for some reason I
You want to like it, it sounds like.
maybe I'm doing it wrong. If I'm doing it wrong in chat, please tell me. But for some reason,
Maybe you just went in the wrong direction. Maybe if you went left instead of right, you'd find, like a lovely
weird.
place with cool stories.
It's
And
weird.
you just went down the weird
but
combat
all the
alley.
stories are mental. It's like you find a lighthouse carved into the rock of an undead mollusk. Oh, it's like fucking hedgehog spines that are used. In this one, you're shipping hours, like the concept of time, like hours.
In a box.
People mine hours and they give them to the queen, and the queen uses her extra hours to make people live longer. What does it need?
Do you
all
want it
that?
to be more substantial and to be more logical and like explained to you, like a structured fantasy universe, like a Brandon Sanderson?
I think it
kind of
is
thing?
just, it's too mental sometimes. Like,
Right.
you'll approach something and it will just be completely out of place in that universe. But it'll be right next to something, like, normal.
Right.
I don't know, Ben.
Hard work, it sounds like. It was too slow for me. That's why I stopped.
It's hard work explaining.
Just getting from A to B took like 20 minutes. I was like,
But sometimes people want that.
true, people like slow-paced games sometimes.
Just give me some fucking fast travel.